All right, so here we go. This is a guy named Mike, 68 Mustang. Friend of mine, he just put his new Corbeau seats in it and sit a couple inches lower, but they're about 2 inches more forward, so we're gonna make adjustments. It's got a 2018 Coyote engine in it, 5-speed, stick shift, air conditioner. Right now he's working on his ride height. So we're gonna weigh it. So he's not guessing about what spring rates and shocks that he needs, because he's already had his original springs. Bought another set of springs, still rides rough. Bought new shocks, and he's kind of guessing on spring rate. So I borrowed a set of scales from a friend of ours. We're going to weigh this so he's not guessing on spring rate.
65.
So we're just taking it off the scales. The car weighed 3365 with no driver in it, half a tank of fuel, pretty good balance between 49-50%. To point out something here, it's got a Heights front end in it, but if you notice, see what the jack is resting on right here is a 1/4-inch plate, and that is to protect the oil pan of the 2018 Coyote engine, because it has a plastic oil pan and it sits down a little low. So I had the steel, a friend and I got together, the one that did the engine, and bolted it to the front cross member and then bolted it to the rear to the bell housing, because it has solid motor mounts anyways, so that kind of helps stiffen it up. But that way, if you notice, he's already hit it right here, so it's already been a lifesaver, because if he would have hit a bump with that plastic pan, it would destroy that pan. He'd have been stuck because he lost all his oil. So that's one thing to do, a little bit of extra safety. Here's the back of the car. Rides a little rough right now. We're going to change some spring rates. Shocks are all the way up as high as it'll go. The other shocks and neck size up are way too long, so we're trying to figure something out. But look at these fat tires. All right, so since we borrowed these scales from a good friend, a lot of people forget this, but treat it like it was your own or better than your own. So we're gonna take up the time and roll the wires up. We take care of it, put it back in a nice neat order, return it the way you found it or better. And these boxes are getting a little old. I might make him some boxes, or at least take these up, kind of help him out, because it would have cost me some money. So the next time I go to borrow them or need them to help another friend, there'll be no question. The pattern to opening this, it only comes open one way. It just worked out that way. I don't want to show that on video, because that was his way of doing it, and that's the only way the hood can come open. Other than that, you'll struggle with it. But this is a 2018 Coyote 5.0 crate motor. There's the ECU, and it goes with a 5-speed, and we got his cool little LEDs set up here. But air conditioner and everything works. This guy did a really good job. And master cylinders are stuck in there real snug. The other option was putting them behind the firewall in the driver's compartment. We didn't want to do that. A lot more work, a little better this way. So somebody who got the job before him said the only way they could get the engine in is to do all 3 master cylinders. on the backside inside the cab under the pedals, but this guy did a real nice job. Haven't talked to him yet. Give him a shout out. I will. I'll add it to this video if he wants to be known. So very nice interior. And can you fire it up for us? We're gonna go for a ride. Haven't been in a ride in it since we got it. He got it tuned. All right, he's gonna crank it up. He had to get his keys. Steering in it right now. He's thinking about upgrading to the new electric steering. That's another addition. So electric gauges and everything. Well, I'm going to get in the passenger side and hold on for dear life. Seats. Yeah, that's my toy sitting up there. I'll cover that in another video. Hey, don't roll through these stop signs now. I got you on video. Woo! Look at this thing. Yes, he's got his shoe off because the pedal is so close to the brake pedal. There's a lot that happens when you make all these changes. It's not as easy as it looks. Yeah, so he's got to drive barefooted. Kind of a funny thing because the carpet takes up like 2 inches and the pedals are so close together. So it's got a bulge to it. Never mind. but yeah, he's basically got to drive because his shoe's too fat. He barely misses it. They say don't drive barefooted. Maybe that's why you got a sock on. Technically, you're not barefooted, right? But he's getting it fixed. We're gonna fix that. Got a little wetness up here. The tires are wet now. Be careful. This guy knows what he's doing. I don't know if I can add his name or not later. Just call him Mike. He used to run road race cars. And he wants something to play with. Get a little older, kind of got out of the sport, handling business. Still in his blood, kind of gave it up, but not really. wheel brakes are working, aren't they? All right, it's clear. Hey, and just so you know, if you didn't think I was nuts,
Smell the brake pads.
smell them brake pads. All right, well, thanks for the ride, Mike.
You're welcome.
Say that again so I can get that on record. You said what? When you get the seat moved back, I'll be able to drive it? You gonna let me? You might not want to let me drive this thing, huh? I'm not as good as driver as you are. I'll baby it. It's not my car. That's how I am. It's not my car. I'll baby it. And now if it's mine, I'll beat the hell out of it, because if I break it, it's my fault. But when it's somebody else's, you know, I'm gonna take it easy. Say it again, Mike. Can I get that on record?
Once we move the seat back, you can drive.
Woo! I might go to jail. We're taking it easy up here. Going back to the house. One thing about this car, a lot of people look at it. I don't really want to put them on camera. Every time we stop at a red light, every time we pass somebody, a lot of people look at it. Get a quick shot of the interior. Really good job. Basically this thing was a shell. This hump right here was modified to handle the stick. This is where he's talking about the carpet sticking out. Get that fixed. A couple little things, but did 3 different shops in about 9 years, right? And you gave it to the right person in about 4 months.
Got it done.
Got it done in about 4 months. A few little things, but he actually gets to drive it. He bought this car running, had it for a little while, and years, and then said, I want to change the color and I want to do something. He went from a big block 520 motor to now a Coyote, and she never got the big block in it. You know, I don't like talking about it too much in front of him because it upsets him, but it was all worth it, wasn't it? Yep. So, but yep. So it's a dream come true. He got to drive it before. I think it was given to him Christmas Eve, right? He said, hey, here you go. And so the few little things he's got to work on, but at least it's where he can drive it. But this thing was basically a basket case in pieces, and he lost some parts going to different shops, and everybody wanted to change something and do something different. He met me and I introduced him to somebody, good friend of mine, and it's but I told him, when you're ready, you want to stop messing around, I got it. I got a guy. Right? So, which that's hard to do after you've had it to 3 other people. You know, it's kind of hard to trust, but we hadn't known each other that long when I first told him about it. But hey, you got to take risks. So now he's happy. But it's always a work in progress. You think that Porsche wants to run it? So yes, it has Foose wheels on it. The Willwood brakes. 315 4018s. Fronts. Also Foose wheels. It's had them for a while. $235.50 17s. Yeah, that was fun. Still a little slow though. I mean, you know. I had a blast though. What's up? Said you're happy with this car? You drive it what? Once a week?
Very happy.
Yeah.
Turned out better than I expected.
Mike.
And I really thank you a lot for introducing me to the guy that put this car together.
Man. Don't worry, brother. I didn't do anything.
You put the plate underneath.
Yeah, plate. It's just passing on knowledge, right? Know a guy that knows a guy.
And now
I didn't make no money off of it. You know what I mean?
And now we're going to tune up the suspension.
Now we're going to do the suspension on it. But just people helping people. That's all. Because I'll need something one day. But you're already a good friend. I won't.
A car cannot go fast unless it's got tuned up suspension.
Right. So on this car, you have to push the clutch in, and that's how it starts, right? So that's how the original Coyote engines are? Or no, he put that in there?
It just happened to be that way. He said, just leave it alone. And I said, yeah, leave it like that.
So basically...
Like on my Corvette, in order to start the Corvette, you have to have the clutch engaged.
Right. So my old dually pickup is that way too. But this thing, you turn the key on.
Press the clutch.
And press the clutch. The key doesn't start it. The key turns ignition on.
Yes.
But there's no start position, or you can, but it doesn't work.
Correct.
And then when you push a clutch in, it engages the starter.
Yes.
But now once the engine's running, the computer knows that, and it doesn't engage the starter every time you push in the clutch. Because it knows it's already running.
Correct.
That's pretty wild, and it just worked out that way. That's awesome, man. See, you can't make this shit up. You got some nice cars, man. I like all the old school stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we all get what we like, you know.
You're like, I want to be like you, but I'm like, I want to be like you.
You know a lot.
But this big lot, big garage, but it's you know, a bigger house and a bigger garage is harder to keep clean. The bigger, if you wouldn't got a bigger garage, you'd be like, oh, I could fit another car in there. Like you sell these 2 motorcycles, right? Guess what? You used to have your Raptor in here. Now you pull something else in here, wouldn't you? If you had a bigger garage, you buy more shit and put more shit in there.
I think my daughter's coming.
So, who's that? That's who you get parts from for this Mustang?
Highly recommend.
Yeah, highly recommended. Powered by the hour. All right. From what you've seen, your experience, they make some pretty good stuff for Coyotes and Mustangs, and you've actually called them, right?
Yes.
And got some advice from them and everything else, huh?
They know what they're talking about.
Cool, man. Good stuff. Powered by the hour. They make certain things for the 6R80s because a lot of people are starting to use them. But when you want to go to an automatic, like 6R80, like I'm fixing to show in the Bronco that I just did, I need to take you for a
What
ride.
did it have in it? What transmission?
It had a C6 in it, 3-speed.
3-speed. Oh yeah, now you're
Just,
down to a 6-speed.
man, it's so much better. It used to drink the gas, and that Holly Sniper EFI system on it made a huge difference. You know, I did that first. On the screen, the little 3.5-inch LCD screen comes up, whoop, comes on, and then you just touch the key. And I haven't even specifically tuned it. I pretty much let it learn on itself.
So it's got a fuel injection now?
It's got a Holly Sniper EFI on it.